वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna, very nice Mataji. There is nothing better than Radha Madhava and the Brajvasis and the Vrindavan. That is the ultimate bliss anybody can kind of experience, So very nice. So devotees, let us dive into our Mangalacharan. I'm not supposed to lead today. I was not scheduled, but Karthik Prabhu, he called me, he mentioned that, there is only one verse left in the chapter 7 that we were discussing, and if that can be concluded, and Prabhuji will be here all the Wednesdays, and we have Krishna Prabhu also, Sri Krishna Prabhu. So we will have different flavor. We have elevated devotees, Baldev Prabhu, Subal Prabhu, they are here. They're always here to guide us. So with that, devotees, let us dive into the Mangalacharan. Who can read Mangalacharan, devotees?
I can read Prabhuji. Pranam, all the Sri Prabhu. Om Agdanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Jeno Tashmai Sri Gurave Namo Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadasya Padantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Jito Padakamalam Sri Gurung Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Shakvajatam Shagana Raghunatham Nitam Tam Shojivam Sadhuitam Sabodhutam Purijana Shohitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padang Saghana Lalita Sri Vishwanitang Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchan Gurangi Radhese Vrindavaneshwari Vishwavana Shuti Devi Pranam Hari Pe Bancha Kalpatarvasya Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patinam Pavonebhyo Vaishnava Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Back to Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very nice. Haribol. So devotees, we are chapter 7 is slightly different in the sense. The first 6 chapters, of course, chapter 1 is all about the battlefield and Arjuna's dilemma, confusion, and so on. And then chapter 2, Krishna is giving us a lot of information about who we are, the soul, and then karma yoga, then the knowledge, what is intelligence, what is the perfect intelligence, then how to work in Krishna consciousness, karma yoga in Krishna consciousness. So then chapter 7 is the beginning where Krishna himself is talking about his qualities. Until then, he's generally talking about the various things. The 3 modes of nature, what is karma, what is not good karma, what to do, what not to do. But from chapter 7, it's a little variation because he's directly explaining to Arjuna, to all of us, who is he? Who is Krishna? Right? So this 30th verse is so very important. It's kind of going to summarize the entire chapter 7. It will be very informative. But before that, devotees, I thought I will clarify one point. Yesterday, we had some brief discussion about every now and then, a question arises in our mind. What is this Brahman? What is this Paramatma? What is this Bhagavan? We need to keep on contemplating and have a very good understanding of what these are, So I thought we'll spend about a few moments, not more than maybe 4 or 5 minutes, if that's okay with all of you, because it's very important. We have to understand the three components of the same absolute truth. It's only one truth. One Bhagavatam begin with what is that? Satyam Param Dhimahi. What is all the saints there are asking, they want to know what is the ultimate truth after going through all this, devas, devatas, this incarnation, that incarnation. But who is the ultimate? The same question Yudhishthir had after the Mahabharata war. Kim eka daivatam. Meaning, he asked that who is this controller? Why this such a big war has happened? Such a big calamity has happened? Who's controlling? There must be a controller. So let us spend a few moments, if that's okay. Hopefully, you can see my slide devotees here. Okay. So, can somebody real quick read this? Maybe Shalini Mataji, because she had this question.
Sure, Prabhuji. The absolute truth is both subject and object, and there is no qualitative difference there. Therefore, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan are qualitatively one and the same. The same substance is realized as impersonal Brahman by the students of the Upanishads, as localized Paramatma by the Hiranyagarbhas or the yogis, and as Bhagwan by the devotees. Bhagwan, or the personality of Godhead, is the last word of the absolute truth. Paramatma is the partial representation of the personality of Godhead. Impersonal Brahman is the glowing effulgence of the personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I would like to add, Prabhuji, my understanding is that Brahman is inside each and every one of us, the spirit soul. And then the combination of all the spirit souls of every living entity, whether trees or birds or everything, that together is known as Paramatma. And then Bhagwan is the Sham Sundar form of that. That is my understanding, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, you are right. Brahman. But it is all this Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, it's one. It has been confirmed in Shastras. Bhagavatam very clearly says, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti sabdayate. Meaning it is known. This one entity is known in three different forms. It's not even a form. Brahman is the energy, as you rightly mentioned, is the individual Brahman. But let us go to the second, and this might even clarify a little more. Bhagavan, or the personality of the Godhead, is the last word of the absolute truth. This is the absolute. Paramatma, then the next understanding is Paramatma is the partial representation of the personality of Godhead. Partial. Then the impersonal Brahman. What is impersonal? Meaning there is no, it's not tangible. We have seen the slide of the 14 lokas. Most of them it is space, right? But there is an energy there in the entire creation. In this world also, what is there between the earth and the sky? It's all, space. But it has got energy. Who is controlling that? When the wind happens, how does it happen? How does the rain pour? So there is an energy there. Right? So that is what the jnanis, they say that we are not able to see many of those things, or whatever we are saying is not as big as the Brahman, because Brahman is everywhere, all pervading. So they are saying that all the creations are kind of limited, but Brahman is the unlimited energy. But that is, again, a very partial only understanding. Let me explain you a little more on that. So, as you mentioned, Mataji, this is just the energy, the Brahman. But energy should have energetic, right? That is what is the Bhagavan. Then, some of the philosophers also accept both these two. And some of them accept all three. Maybe there are so many jnanis, they accept Krishna also, but they accept this as a wholesome. They said that Brahman is everything, Krishna is also part and parcel of that Brahman, and so on. So here we see that the Paramatma is the individualized, the localized component of the Brahman, because it's everywhere. Then this is where Krishna is. So Shastra says these three cannot be separated. Like the sun and the sunshine, it cannot be separated at all. But the source is the sun, not the sunshine. Sunshine comes out of sun. Like if somebody is going to sing, the person has to be there. Then they can sing. You cannot differentiate those two. Is Bhaswati Mataji here?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I'm here, Prabhuji.
Mataji is a great kirtaniya. When she sings, both are present. She's there, and her singing, the song is also there. It cannot be separated. It's just, I'm giving an analogy. So something like that. Bhagavan, Paramatma, Brahman is all one and the same. But Krishna is the source for everything. And acharyas, devotees especially, now there are many philosophy, religion, there are so many devotees. There are hundreds of religion in this world right now. And many stop at this level, Brahman level. Even Buddhism, to a very great extent, it stops here. It says, this Brahman is all providing. This Jananam is the birth is a kind of a pain. So we have to be detached, almost Bhagavad Gita. But there is no concept of Paramatma or there is no concept of Bhagavan. And who is Lord Buddha? Bhagavatam says Lord Buddha is one of the incarnation of Krishna only. But at different timeline, different incarnations have happened. And they kind of, because after Kali Yuga started, there were a lot of impious activities going on, unwanted sacrifices going on. So Lord Buddha wanted everybody first to understand who they are. Atato Brahma Jignasa, that you are an eternal spirit, and you are part, and that stops there. That's it. The Vedanta Sutra, Atato Brahma Jignasa, does not talk about Paramatma or Bhagavan, but it identifies this portion of the whole thing. But as we know more, to make this little more clear, devotees, if I can show one more slide, this I had shown earlier also, at least personally, I'm able to relate it to, quite a bit, even for my affirmation and reaffirmation, I'm able to understand better. So this is the Tirupati, the mountain when you go, an amazing journey. It is so serene, this entire place when you go. It's about, I believe, 22 kilometers, maybe about, I would say 11, 12 miles. Amazing experience. You will automatically feel so pure, very serene, and you can view as you keep on going. This is not a hairpin bend, but this is quite a bit of, it takes about a good, I think legally, one should not reach from the lower Tirupati to the upper where the temple is before 45 minutes. The driver has to be at least drive 45 minutes. So you have to go little slow, but amazing view, amazing experience. So let us say the Brahman people, they look at this. Wow, this is so nice. That's it. I feel so good. This is the best. I don't want anything else. But if you want to go further, the Paramatma, people who want those from Jnani to Yogi, for example, yogis want to know more. Okay, I'm seeing this. I'm a Brahman. I understand this. But is there more to this? Then they come to the realization that this is an entire town is there. Millions of people, they live there. Millions of people, they travel. Every day there is like 100,000 minimum people, they take darshan of the Lord. Here is the temple. So this can be, I'm just saying, the first one can be construed as a Brahman. They're not, at that point, they're not concerned about is there a town there on the top? Is there people living there? And then is there a Lord there? They're not concerned with that. They're so impressed with this, the overall, the serenity. Brahman is obviously Krishna. It has got that quality of the Sat. Acharya says, out of the three qualities, God has got so many qualities. The three very important, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Brahman takes you to the Sat level. Then the Paramatma adds to the Chit level, the consciousness. Yes, I'm able to now understand that, this is just not me. It is the entire creation is, there is a superior energy that is Paramatma. Then, if you want Ananda, Satchit Ananda, you definitely need, this is where the devotees go and take darshan of the Supreme Lord. That is what is the Satchit Ananda. Acharya says the jnanis, yogis, they can be stuck with Sat and Chit, but if you want the Ananda, the nectar, the sweetness of how Krishna interacted with his loving Brajavasis, devotees, that is the rasa. That is what this entire thing is called, Madhurya Rasa, that we are trying to follow. The mood of kind of a separation, that, Lord, I want to see you. Now, devotees, you tell me, if you're going to visit Tirupati, and if you're not going to get into the town and take a darshan of the Lord, is that a complete journey?
No.
It won't be.
No.
It will not be. Yeah, this may be very, attractive. You can sit here for several hours. But what is the main purpose? I really want to see where is this temple is. Where is Lord? I want to take his darshan. And when somebody comes to this level, as we saw in verse number 29, that devotee has already covered Brahman and Paramatma. He's now in the Bhagavan understanding level, realization. So we are already, it's not that we are completely rejected Brahman and Paramatma, because it's Krishna only. But we don't have to go back there. We already come. We have crossed the mountain. We have come into the town of Tirumala. We are inside the main significance of Tirupati is Lord Krishna, Lord Venkatesha. So,
thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for beautifully explaining this. I have a question, Prabhuji, though. So when you say that we should not stuck in the Brahman, we should strive for the darshan of, the Lord Venkatesha or Bhagwan, basically, right? Radha Krishna.
Krishna, Vishnu is all the same. Yeah, this is Vishnu only. Venkateshwara is none other than
Vishnu. Yes, Prabhuji. So is that what we mean when we are meditating, or generally every time, always conscious of Bhagwan, or are we what is when we do the japa, is that when we should focus on that, or just generally when we say Krishna consciousness, we mean always focus on Krishna Radha form or Shyam Sundar form?
This is a very individual thing, Mataji, honestly. Different devotees there are different bhav, Arjuna was interacting with Krishna as a friend. Mother Yashoda was interacting with Krishna in a Vatsalya bhav, So ours is based on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, which is in the mood of complete love, but love in separation. It's considered as one of the topmost kind of an emotion, in love. So whether you, some devotees even meditate upon the Bala Krishna, which is the, child Krishna. Some do it as Radha Krishna. But I think it is always preferable you meditate upon the Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar. Krishna himself says in chapter 12, devotees, all this is further very well explained by Krishna himself. Chapter 12, we should always remember, Krishna, Arjuna, when he asks, now you are everything. In chapter 11, Krishna has displayed his Vishwarupa. And Arjuna is now, it's the same question he has got. Now you have shown me so many forms. You're showing this loka, that loka, all the lokas, all the universe. He has shown Shiva, he has shown Rama, he has shown Vishnu, he has shown Ganesh. So now he's asking, what shall I do? How will I worship you? Krishna very nicely answers 12.2. Arjuna, whatever you are now seeing me, which is the Shyam Sundar form, with his two-handed form, he says, try to meditate upon that. And then he will go. If you cannot do that, he gives about 7 or 8 different options. So as devotees, we can always concentrate upon the Shyam Sundara form.
I don't know like how to get there. I know like that is the goal, but like when you do the japa, like we should be able to see what we are who we are talking to, right? Like the Krishna, like we are trying to communicate with Krishna, and that's the aim. But I don't know how to like get to there.
Devotees, any thoughts, suggestion for Mataji? I don't want to just generalize my experience with everything. Please, Baldev Sir Prabhu, Subal Prabhu, how do you chant? What is the best way to concentrate?
Hare Krishna Pranam. His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, he suggested us as a very primary devotee, as a unified devotee, we should chant and hear. That is our job. Every time we chant, we should hear attentively 16 words. That is our job, nothing more than that. That will take us to the ultimate destination. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for explaining.
Many devotees, Mataji, in addition to what Prabhuji said, that you chanting and trying to hear your own chanting is best. That is, the quality of chanting will be very concentrated. That is very good. If you want, you can also sit. You might have some altar or in your puja room or something. You can sit in front of that. You can concentrate, meditate upon Krishna. Keep a picture of any Mayapur deities or any of the ISKCON deities, Vrindavan deities, you can keep and you can meditate on that also. But first of all, the main thing is that whatever you feel, comfortable, convenient, and you are able to advance in your chanting. That's the quality of chanting. Initially, everybody starts with quantity because we are told at least chant one round. So at that moment, our mind becomes, somehow I have to chant one round. Then the devotees would say, no, at least now chant 4 rounds. Now the goal becomes, I have to somehow chant 4 rounds. Then 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16. These are all very good. This is a very normal process. But what is the quality? Are we really able to really think about Krishna? That's what it is. Why not we take one more comment? Maybe Subal Prabhu, how can we concentrate on Krishna while chanting?
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, before you answer, I have a question also regarding
Sure.
as
Okay, Mataji, go. Mataji, can I just ask Shalini Mataji? Mataji, what's your question? Is that your question is like while you are chanting, to whom you will concentrate, whether Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan? That's your question. What
I
is
understand the question that Prabhuji has answered, that we should be focusing on Shyam Sundar Bhagwan form, right?
Krishna Bhagavan? Yes, who is a complete form? Yes.
Right. But like when we chant, then we should be able to have that form in our mind, right? But
Yes.
I'm not getting that. Like I'm chanting, but like I should try to see who I'm speaking with, right? But I'm not able to like see that.
So Mataji, so we are, as Prabhuji mentioned, that we are just aspiring devotees. We are not pure devotees yet, Mataji. So that's why there are 3 stages of chanting, Mataji. One, first is Namaparad, and then Namabhyas, and then Shuddhanam. So in the middle there is another one, but these are the 3 main So we are, I think, at the stage of namaparad, because there are 10 offenses of chanting. What we should remember every day before chanting, or read every day those 10 offenses, and that way Mataji will purify gradually. And but if you want to, that's my experience, like Prabhuji, Mataji, I'm just telling my way of doing it. So if you do not want to see in your, I mean, if you won't be able to see in your heart or in your eyes, closing your eyes, try to look at, as Prabhuji said, Sridhama Prabhuji said, like, try to look at the picture of Shamsundar, and sit in front of him and chant. That way you will get the essence, as well as whatever the slokas or whatever small stories or whatever you like the most about Krishna, and remember that and make your mind to focus on those things while you're chanting. So maybe one round chant, then think about that. If your mind is going here and there, it's very common at I think for all, or at least for me. But try to put get them back to the where you were. So that way you can, Mataji, practice and practice and practice, and then at least act. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, if you don't want to do it from your heart, but just act that you are doing it. By acting, it will come slowly and gradually. That's Mataji. And try to love Krishna, as Prabhuji said, Krishna Prema. Get the Krishna Prema in your heart. Try to arise the Krishna Prema in your heart, and that will help, Mataji, all those things. We are all in the same process, Mataji. Back to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Can Mataji, Prabhuji, can you all, like, I know many of you are very senior devotees for several years. You have been within that practice. Do we know, like, how much time it takes to get to that level, like Mataji explained, where we can see Krishna?
Mataji, you are asking, just from your heart, you can see Krishna. Is that what you are trying to say?
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is again a very individual journey, Mataji. Each person is different. Each devotee is in a different level. But if you do it sincerely and with a pure heart, you should be able to do it very soon. It could be 1 second, it could be 1 day, it could be 1 year, it could be 1 birth, or it could be several births also. What is the purity that only you will know, Mataji? Gradually, you will, the more and more, because Krishna is the ultimate owner of the purity. He will guide us. But we should have one thing though. We should have a very sincere desire. If we don't have that, Krishna will not be, he will not do much, role. He doesn't have much role.
Yes.
If you're going to just do mechanically, but you should really, kind of beg for his mercy, his blessing, that Krishna, please give me that nama ruchi.
Yes,
please, I'm asking you, please give me. Yeah. And many devotees, we may not have that right now, but very soon we might have. They go to the temple room of the temple, ISKCON temple, and they sit in front of the deities. They chant also. Many times they chant the entire the devotee, resident devotees, from 5 to 7 in most of the ISKCON temple, they chant inside the temple. So everybody's chanting. So you're looking at other devotees, you're chanting, your mind, heart, everything becomes more purified by looking at them. And then the darshan will open, the curtain for, during that time, the shringar is going on, decoration for deity decoration. And then it is such an amazing, amazing experience. So there are many ways, every time we may not have the opportunity to go to the temple. But if your mind is still not able to focus, keep a very good, nice picture of, Subal Prabhu can get you a very good picture of Radha Shamsundar. How about that, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely.
Yeah, we have so many.
I also have one Jagannath Ji picture that Subhu Vilash Prabhuji gave me. Prabhuji, can I use that one?
Definitely, Mataji. Why not? You can definitely keep. There is one ISKCON Mayapur. Prabhu, what is that? A small, complete altar.
Yes,
The
Prabhu.
cardboard thing. We can give one to Mataji, which has got all the deities. Jagannathji is there. Radha Madhav is there. Narasimha Bhagwan is there. All our acharyas are also at the bottom. You have that, Prabhu, in front of you right now?
The parampara, right, Prabhuji? Full parampara?
Not exactly the parampara, Prabhu. The ISKCON Mayapur,
Okay.
you can put it or keep it on your desk or table or even as an altar where it has got all the deities,
Okay.
It is from ISKCON. It is for devotees to, like Lord Mataji is saying, you can keep it in your altar also.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I really appreciate you taking that much time and explaining
Sure.
it.
Okay, devotees, what we'll do, we don't want to miss completing the verse 30th today. So let us also do that. We'll come back to Mataji's. I have one. I'll bring that and show it to you. Okay. So why not we read this, devotees? Subal Prabhu, you want to read?
Sure, Prabhuji, I can try. Hare Krishna devotees, then Pranam, all those to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Text number 730. Sādhibhūtādhidaivaṁ mam sādhiyajñaṁ cha ye viduḥ prayāṇa-kāle pichamam te vidur yukta-cetasaḥ. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Couple more devotees.
I can try.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead, Indra Mataji.
Sādhibhūtādhidaivaṁ sādhiyajñaṁ cha ye viduḥ prayāṇa-kāle pichamam te vidur yukta-cetasaḥ. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Very nice, Mataji. One more devotees.
I can try, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Sādhibhūtādhidaivaṁ mam sādhiyajñaṁ cha ye viduḥ prayāṇa-kāle picha mam te vidur yukta-cetasaḥ. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. So, devotees, this word is sādhibhūta. Bhuta means the manifestation, material manifestation. Ādhidaivaṁ. This is Ādhidaivaṁ. Ādhibhūtam, Ādhidaivaṁ. Then Ādhiyajñaṁ. This is the yajñam, all the sacrifices. So Krishna is saying, I'm everything, the source of. Why not one of our devotees can read the synonyms translation and then we can read the purport.
Yeah, I can read the synonyms. Sādhibhūta, and the governing principle of the material manifestation. Ādhidaivaṁ, governing all the demigods. Mam, me. Sādhiyajñaṁ, and governing all sacrifices. Cha, also, ye, those who. Viduḥ, no. Prayāṇa, of death. Kāle, at the time. Api, even. Cha, and. Mam, me, they, viduḥ, no. Yukta-cetasaḥ, their minds engaged in me. Translation. Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and of all methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. Hare Krishna.
Haribol Prabhu. Devotees, let us see. Maybe a couple of devotees can take turn. One devotee can read 2 paragraphs, the other devotee 2 other paragraphs. How about our Pavan Prabhu?
Yeah, I can.
Please.
Yeah. Persons acting in Krishna consciousness are never deviated from the path of entirely understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the transcendental association of Krishna consciousness, one can understand how the Supreme Lord is the governing principle of the material manifestation and even of the demigods. Gradually, by such transcendental association, one becomes convinced of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and at the time of death, such a Krishna conscious person can never forget Krishna. Naturally, he is thus promoted to the planet of the Supreme Lord, Goloka Vrindavan. This seventh chapter particularly explains how one can become a fully Krishna conscious person. The beginning of Krishna consciousness association of persons who are Krishna conscious. Such association is spiritual and puts one directly in touch with the Supreme Lord. And by His grace, one can understand Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the same time, one can really understand the constitutional position of living entity and how the living entity forgets Krishna and becomes entangled in material activities. By gradual development of Krishna consciousness in good association, the living entity can understand that due to forgetfulness of Krishna, he has become conditioned by the laws of material nature. He can also understand that this human form of life is an opportunity to regain Krishna consciousness and that it should be fully utilized to attain the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord.
Very nice point, Prabhuji. Nice reading. Devotee, if someone can read the final paragraph. Krishna Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Many subjects have been discussed in this chapter. The man in distress, the inquisitive man, the man in want of material necessities, knowledge of Brahman, knowledge of Paramatma, liberation from birth, death and diseases, and worship of the Supreme Lord. However, he who is actually elevated in Krishna consciousness does not care for the different processes. He simply directly engages himself in activities of Krishna consciousness and thereby factually attains his constitutional position as an eternal servitor of Lord Krishna. In such a situation, he takes pleasure in hearing and glorifying the Supreme Lord in pure devotional service. He is convinced that by his doing so, all his objectives will be fulfilled. This determined faith is called Drid Vrata, and it is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga or transcendental loving service. That is the verdict of all scriptures. This seventh chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is the substance of that conviction.
Very nice, Mataji. Any thoughts? Want to share some realization of? You can talk about the entire chapter 7 if you want, whatever we could understand.
Prabhuji, what I understood is when you are deeply engaged in Krishna consciousness and throughout your life, at the end of when you are like on your deathbed, you also remember Krishna at that time, which is very difficult to remember Krishna at that time if you have not worshipped him the entire life. So Krishna says that worship me whenever you can, because if you remember me at the time of death, you will directly come to my Golok Vrindavan Dham. So it's very essential. People says that we are very young. What is now to do of like worshipping and religious thing? When we'll get old, we'll do it. Like why to visit religious places? We are so young. We should visit this place and that place, but not now. Many youngsters believe that, but they don't realize that when you are young, you are capable of understanding and learning what spirituality is in full essence. Instead of like learning everything at your old age, you will become more like conservative when you are old. You are not capable of understanding more thing in depth at your old age. But people don't understand that and they miss the opportunity for what the life was given. So basically, like worship whenever you can at whatever age you are. This is what I understood.
Yes, Mataji, you're right, absolutely right. That is what it is. The thing here is that even at the time of death, Krishna says, prayāṇa, death, kāle. At the time of death, how will you think about Krishna? Oh, it is not going to happen just magically. If my mind is going to be thinking about all the material things all the time, there is a very less probability, less chance of me thinking about Krishna. It's not going to happen. Right? What is there in our mind? Research tells that the 5 most things we associate in our life at any given point of time, that is what you are. If you're going to be addicted with, people who want to drink and, do addiction and they are alcoholic and all that is what your mind will be also. At the time of leaving our body, our mind will be thinking, can I have one more maybe drink or something like that? Because it's natural. Association, that's like Srila Prabhupada is saying, I think he's saying association. Gradual development, because this love, you have to really be very pure, which is we are. But a lot of contamination because of the material nature and birth after birth, we have ignored Krishna. We are not able to get that love immediately. And in good association, what is that verse? Lava matre sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoya. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Just a brief moment of association with good devotees will elevate you like anything. Just one devotee. You just get in the devotees, all of us, we have come to this kind of whatever we are trying to do. We are still aspiring only devotees. We are not, the perfect level. But we were inspired by some devotee. We went to either a temple or we went to somebody's home program or we met somebody at the book distribution and we got inspired by that. Don't you all think so, devotees? We had an association with somebody and that has brought us to this kind of, gathering. What do you think?
Yes, Prabhuji. Always there's influence of a devotee to another devotee, or to be another one become a devotee. There is always a influence and help.
Yeah, the devotee association is very important. Similarly, that's what the modern time research says. The 5 association in your life, you can try that yourself. Who am I associating? The 5 topmost object or person. That is what you are. It happens because if all my friends are going to be watching movie is not a big crime. It's not a sin. But we'll be missing time for Krishna. That's it. If you can do both, you cannot really. Because right now, modern, the lifestyle is so demanding. You don't even have time to honor prasadam nicely. Spend time with family. We don't have time. All the time, we are busy. For some reason, we are busy. So whatever little time, the time is very short, devotee. That is the key here. We are not living in Satya Yuga, that we are given 100,000 years to live. And you do a lot of, you can go to this path, that path, enjoy. Yayati enjoyed many thousands of years in material sense gratification. Finally concluded, it's not going to work. Whether it is 10 years, 100 years, 10,000 years, this material sense gratification, I'm not going to be happy. Something is all the time missing. We all can find that there is something always anchoring in our heart. Something is missing, some element. We can be in the best of the best house. We can be watching movie on what is the latest, biggest TV? I don't know. 80 inches or 82 inches TV. Latest movie you can order. You can have all the friends. But in the end, you're always, short of something. Still, I'm not really happy, Acharya says that is what is Krishna. We have to bring Krishna into our, So association devotees, very, very So more comment, devotees. Who read the first paragraph? Pawan Prabhu, please, if you want to share something.
The one way to look at it is, right, I was again listening to other videos, right? I listen to a lot of spiritual videos. What I kind of one of the things that struck to me was our inside happiness is like the sun, like it's always there. Our soul is generally happy, but we, like how the clouds come in, the Maya has come and it is not showing the happiness to us. So we get those, glimpses of happiness when we materially buy things. But again, we go back into that. So it is on to us to get deeper within us to realize who we are and get into that Krishna consciousness, to remove that cloud and feel that happiness within continuously. So the clouds are like the Maya that we see and the material things that we see over there. And what I have personally noticed also, right? Even if any devotee has not brought me here, just being here every day with all you guys like inspires me to do good, be better, and think about Krishna a lot more than what I used to do in the past. So definitely, just being in association with the right people makes a huge difference in everybody's life.
Very nice, Pawan Prabhuji. Very nice realization. Thank you for sharing that. Going back to your example of the sunshine being covered by cloud, many times what is happening is that there is no cloud at all. We are not even willing to open the window inside our house to get the sunshine. We want to be in darkness. Don't open it. Don't open it. I don't want too much sunshine. Too much daylight. I don't want it. The more and more we start opening the window, Krishna is always there as sun. It's a good example you have given, Prabhu. All the time, to everybody. But if you're going to shut down the window, he'll be there still. He's waiting. The more and more you open, you're going to open only 5%, only that much of sunlight will come. That is what is Krishna consciousness. The more and more we try to understand the Lord. And this can happen, Acharyas are saying this can happen very efficiently with association. Like, the Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha is Sarva Siddhi Hoya. It's a Bengali verse. It's saying the brief moment of association with good, Sadhu Sangha, that will alleviate, that will give you the perfect siddhi, perfect realization. So definitely association play a very key role, very important role. Good example, Prabhu, sunshine. Devotees, any more thought? We still have some time. Just generally what Krishna has said in chapter 7, especially where he's saying, even at the time of death, how are you going to remember him unless we practice? Every moment, at least, during the day, at least some significant amount of time, if you're not going to think about Krishna, there is very less chance we are going to think at the time of leaving our body. So we are going to miss that opportunity.
Yes, Prabhuji, I would like to add one thing that I heard, that when we think about Krishna and we try to connect with him, even if we are not really successful in thinking about Krishna, because at the time of death, because of pain or due to various reasons, Krishna can think of us and then liberate us too. So, like, if the devotee is not able to think about Krishna because of pain, etc., Krishna still can liberate us by thinking of that devotee. Hare Krishna.
That is a good point. Yes, we don't know at what point of time. We are not like Bhishma. Bhishma, he had the boon that he can leave his body at his own wish, at his own time. And at the time of leaving his body, he was giving the Vishnu Sahasranama, which is considered one of the, purest form of glorification of Krishna, Lord Vishnu. He was able to do that, even at the very painful. He's, lying on the bed of arrows. We cannot even sit properly in a very good, very comfortable chair. But he was able to do that. But we are not like that. And Krishna will give us concession. At the end moment, we don't know what condition will be. But the goal is, have we given a good attempt before that, when we are in good condition? Did we do that? That's what is the point. That is what is the Krishna consciousness. Tomorrow, what I will be, nobody knows. We can be in a very, very challenging situation. Our senses may not work properly. Our body may not work properly. But if we can right now, like Kulashekar Alward mentioned, Krishna, today I have everything, good condition. My eyes are good. I'm able to hear. I'm able to speak. I'm able to think about you. This is the moment I just want to surrender to you. Please accept me. That much of thing we can do today, whatever we have. So, Venkatesh Prabhu, any thought? Subal Prabhuji, any thought, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Then, yes, Prabhuji, wonderful explanation. As you rightly mentioned, devotees are always in the consciousness of Krishna. They don't want anything else. They don't want head. I was just listening to His Grace Amarendra Prabhuji. All they want is Krishna seva. Because Prabhuji gave a wonderful example where if we are in a materialistic, we have friends, enemies, or like that. But people, devotees in Krishna consciousness, they don't have any friends or enemies. Everybody is their friend because they see Paramatma in their heart. Like, Prabhuji was giving an example of how, Bhakta Prahlad, even though he was put in so many, difficulties, he was just taking the name of the Lord, like Amresh Maharaj, like that. So, as we can see, beginning with the association of Krishna consciousness person, they are always very, they are never deviated because they understand that Krishna is the transcendental person and they see him, in a loving way, in a Shama Sundara form, as Mataji was saying, because they understand the Supreme Lord, and they even Patram Pushpam from the Lord, he is satisfied with very simple, water, flower, leaf, but the main ingredient is with love and devotion. So gradually, as Mataji was saying, when we, chant, we can gradually become Krishna consciousness. At the time of death, if we have Krishna in our mind, we can definitely reach. So, as you mentioned, Prabhuji, so all we have to do is be in Krishna consciousness, hearing about the glories of Krishna, and we will get, definitely his prema, because Krishna will give us, the right association. And even though we are in a different world, he makes sure that he takes care of us. Even if we cannot remember him, he will remember us. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very good, Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhu. Yes, devotees, think about Krishna. Sorry, go ahead, Prabhu.
Okay, no, I just was reminded of Jamil. In his case, so Krishna is so merciful that in his case, he's in a way a wayward devotee because he has gone away from the bhakti path, and he's because he befriended a prostitute, and he had several children, and the last child was his favorite, and he named that child Narayana. So he was so accustomed to calling that child all the time that at the time of death, when the Yamadutas came, then the Vishnudutas intervened and actually saved him from the clutches of the Yamadutas. And all because he was uttering Narayana all the time. And the name of the Lord is as powerful as his form. That's why, and also in chanting, if we can, when we chant, we hear the name, that's as important. Even if you can't visualize, I mean, if you can visualize at the same time, that's terrific. But, I just want that's how I try to chant, by listening to what I'm chanting. And every time I find that my mind gets drawn away, then I have to draw it back again. Thank you, Prabhu.
Very nice, Prabhu. That's a great point. Kali-kāle nama-rupe Krishna avatara. When you chant Shalini Mataji, especially, and others also, the name Hare Krishna, this is Krishna only. That is Krishna. And then if you want also a form, you can also keep, as we already mentioned, I will try to bring the one that I was talking about from Mayapur. If not today, one of the classes, maybe tomorrow or Monday or Friday, I'll show it to you. It's a very nice. It's got the deities, the pictures of all the deities, from Mayapur. So anyhow, so the mantra, Mahamantra is non-different from Krishna. That's the point we have to know. Krishna is already there once if we start chanting. Devotees, I know we are about to, almost 9. I would like to just mention a couple more things. So this Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan is one and the same. Again, every now and then there is a question arises. Then why not I just concentrate on Brahman? That we little bit discussed through that slide. Why Acharyas are little bit harsh when somebody says Brahman? It's only Krishna. Why Acharyas are all harsh? Muda. Don't just concentrate on Brahman. Why would they say like that? It is like a parental concern. That's it. They don't want you to miss to understand Krishna. That's the only thing. Otherwise, Brahman, whereas a devotee understands everything nicely. This is a key point we should always remember. We don't have to really undermine Brahman, but devotee has already understood. Brahman is Krishna. Paramatma is Krishna. But my entire concentration is going to be with Krishna. Satchit Ananda. I get the entire experience, realization, understanding. Otherwise, we are going to remain incomplete. Okay. So that is one thing. And one more thing, a couple of our devotees, I'm sure we might have noticed, our Mahesh Prabhu is not here. I communicated with him. They are on a vacation. He said that, Prabhuji, I'm missing the class, but we'll be back on the second week of July. They are traveling in Europe. So we wish them well. Then our Vasant Prabhu, I don't know his personal all background, but he sent me a message saying that, Prabhu, please pray for me. I'm on deployment. So I'm assuming maybe it's in the military or something like that. Something associated with the army, that's what I'm guessing. Does anyone get any information about Vasant Prabhu?
You will meet his wife this weekend, so that we can talk. Okay.
Yeah, we will pray for his safety also, Vasant Prabhuji's safety. Maybe we can chant one time, because deployment is a very technical phrase. It normally refers to military deployment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
So devotees, that is 7. And now Krishna is going to take us through all the other 5 chapters. More and more, he himself is giving all his qualities, glorifying himself. In our Kansas City temple, there was a very nice Mataji. She has got second initiation also now. But before that, she used to say, when first time she read Bhagavad Gita, she thought, what is this Krishna? Maybe he has got too much ego. That's what she said. She said that he's saying everything is him. I'm the best, come to me. Then she said that, now after I have realized, Krishna is saying all this thing is in a very, again, as a father, he wants us to, he is the powerful. And he is telling us, don't get deviated. I'm here, I will help you. I'm the strongest, I'm everything. So we should try to understand Krishna in the proper way. And Krishna, this, especially chapter 7 through 12, amazingly, he will explain everything to us. So let's wait for the spiritual journey, devotees. Any final thoughts or question before we conclude for tonight?
But we were going to share a story of Shabri the other day. We ran out of time.
Yeah, Shabri's story is very, very interesting. Only thing, I apologize, Mataji. It's already 9. It may not take too much time, though. If devotees want, can we take another 2 more minutes, devotees?
Prabhuji, I think this is the way we keep Mataji coming every day for the prasad.
Very good.
You can keep it secret.
Shabri's, this is going to be called Shabri's secret. Okay, next time, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Okay. Haribol, devotees, any final thought? Indra Mataji, Pavan Prabhu, anything you want to say? Krishna Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. So actually, I had one small doubt. Could be unrelated to the topic, but a doubt nonetheless. Like I've been having this doubt for some time now. It's that they say Yasya Prasada Bhagavad Prasado Yasya Prasada Nagati Kutopi. So like what do you say? Like for a person, if to know that if Krishna is satisfied, they should know that the Guru is satisfied or not. So similarly, Prabhuji, for people who are not even neophytes like me, how would we know that Krishna is satisfied by our service, or could be even by our devotion, little bit devotion, whatever we do? How can we know that, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Very good question, Prabhu. Are you sincere? Can you at least, are we in a position? It's very difficult to whether to self-analyze whether I am sincere. Our mind would say sometimes yes, you are sincere. Sometimes it would say no. Maybe you are getting distracted. At least you have the desire to serve Krishna, to understand Krishna, right? That much is needed.
Yes, Prabhu.
That's it. Krishna will take care of everything. You will send the right association. You will send the right guru. It is said that if you have, that is the starting point. If you have a sincere desire, you don't know anything. You don't know the glories of Krishna. You don't know anything. You may be even on a Brahman level. You don't know, you have no information about Krishna. How come so many people are taking up to Krishna consciousness from different religion? Europeans, Russian, they don't have information about Krishna. How? Because they have a sincere desire to know the ultimate truth. If you have at least that much selfless desire, Krishna will send you the devotee, and then he will send you the guru. Guru will now guide properly to Krishna. You can understand Krishna much better. Initially, we don't know anything about Krishna. Is it a reasonable answer, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, have the sincere, pure desire. That's it. Devotees, I think we should conclude here now, and we shall gather tomorrow. I'm not sure about Friday. Prabhu, are we having a class on Friday? Because it's Thanksgiving. What is it's Independence Day. Yeah.
If devotees are, Sri Krishna Prabhu is
right. Okay, very good. Vanchakalpatrubhusya kripasundubhya evacha patitanam bhavanabhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. ISKCON Tampa Sankirtana ki jai. ISKCON Tampa Bhagavad Gita study ki jai. All those should assemble devotees. Devotees, have a fantastic Krishna consciousness evening, and always think about Krishna.
Prabhuji, tomorrow you'll take a summary of the whole chapter, Prabhuji?
I think you should do, Prabhu. You, Baldev Prabhu, are amazingly. Whatever the shortcomings, mistakes I have done, you can correct it through the summary.
No, Prabhuji. If possible, you can do, Prabhuji. Otherwise, we'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. Will.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol. Hare